So not too bad. It looks like we're only 10 minutes into the stream when I realized the mic has been muted. Consistency is important, and I'm pretty good about that. There we go. We killed that volume. We'll prevent any feedback. Okay, good stuff. So y'all have me. You've got a lot of me, it looks like. You've got the game capture volume. You've got the background music, and we don't have my pretty face right now, but we're gonna roll and see how our frames work playing without that. So, all right. Sorry to smack in your ear there. We did have some projection issues with welding all of this up. I had some double projections, and so it it makes it tough welding from the area welder when you can't directly see the blocks with these double projections. I'm gonna get rid of that, and then we should be able to weld that up if I can get in there to it. Come on, baby. Oh, that one's done. Okay, so that's another double projection. It's just not wanting to close out. Huh. Well, that's kind of bothering my brain a bit, so we'll play with that. I may have to pop into creative and get rid of those. We got another one in there. See if that'll weld up now. Come on, baby. Let me at you. Can't tell if I'm targeting the one I need or not. Let's flip it upside down. We got a little better angle here. It does appear to be obstructed still. Let's get a block out here and see if we can get rid of it. Yeah, same thing as the wall here. We can't get rid of the projection, I believe, because the block is actually already welded up there. So we're gonna go ahead and tell our OCD brain to not worry about that for the moment. Now back to this elevator. We have a little bit of detail work to do, but mostly need to get the landing straightened out. Let's get some caution rails and the like down here. At least paint it. I'm hoping that our blocks are going to be friendly with us for painting a bit of, oh, look at that, we missed one here. Hoping the blocks will be friendly for the paint. You know, using different size blocks, it makes it tricky to paint things sometimes. And of course I don't have construction components in my pocket. I wonder if we can, well, that's not hooked to a conveyor, so that won't help us any. Alright, let's jam up to the, do I have anything in the ship? I brought the ship in to mine the tunnels that I had to dig vertically, running up to, what was it I needed? Construction components. The tunnels that I had to bore through for running the, this covered catwalk that runs around. It runs through and takes a turn. Let's take a peek at the airlock here. Right through that door, it'll take a turn to the right and go out and catch that elevator. And then you can go through that door and go to production, or you go through that door and follow this catwalk out to the outer building. And until we get conveyors run, I've got to come out here to get to my base storage from the hangars. Alright, we're going to hide empties and take a look for some construction components. Grab 100 of those. Do not need these for the duration. We are going to need some steel tubes. Probably going to, yeah, we're going to need to make some steel tubes, I believe. Let's go ahead and get those. Well, first, let's check our iron. I know we need to get more, but do we have some? Okay, we've got 70,000. We'll be all right for a little bit. All right, so we'll get some steel tubes running in the smelter. A couple hundred of those. That ought to be good for the moment. So we'll need those. We've got those. We're gonna need some more steel plates for certainly. They are heavy boys. I will leave that alone for the moment and grab these steel tubes. Or, yeah, steel tubes. There we go. Maybe that'll hold us over. Fill up on plates and go to town. You know what? What does a button panel take? Maybe we'll grab a few. Oh, I didn't want that many. I just want 10. Maybe we'll grab a few small parts. I don't remember what the button panels take. Not much, I don't think, but possibly electronic parts. That would make sense. If you're just joining us, we appreciate you being here. I'm running without the camera today for a little bit to kind of keep an eye on the frames. Maybe we'll grab some glass. And that should do us. Alrighty. Okay. Inventory full. I hear you. There's a rail right there we needed to re-weld. I had to borrow a steel tube from that to fix something on my ship the other day. I think that was the only one out here. Alright, what is... Oh, that's the solar panels. Look like a big old tank or something out there. Alright, let's jam back in here to the elevator and take a look at... we need to set a button panel. I think probably it'd be smart to have one outside, like here in the elevator lobby, as well as have one in the elevator car. It'll be so nice when they add the support for the buttons. So yeah, let's do that. We've got, if you are new to the game, if you didn't know this yet, a huge quality of life tip is you can scroll through all of your hotbars here by holding Control and Alt and scrolling with your mouse. Otherwise you have to Control 1 or Control 7, and those higher numbers are a bit hard to reach. So I think we'll probably put this just right in here on the side. Maybe offset a little bit. Let's get this thing welded up where we missed a couple. Small boys. This elevator car is really neat that we've got built up at the top, I think. Again, we've still got a bit of details to run with it, but we're going to throw one of these button panels up top on the landing, as well as, oh, did I not get enough electronic parts? And apparently I didn't get any just iron, so we better just grab some iron, huh? Tell you, another thing we could do is just build a couple of those button panels here. That's not a button panel. We could just build a couple of these and right here by the conveyor where we've got access, and then we'll just disassemble them and we'll have those parts in our pockets. Alright, so it is 32 electronic parts. That's all we need, chat. 32 electronic parts. You are out of place, sir. Hello? Uh-oh. There we go. Got a little bump in the game interface there for a second. Sort the inventory. I know PC, it's a lot to think about. These things went back into the top box instead of where I took them from. Good fun. Alright, 8 electronic parts look like this. We'll just grab as many of those as I can carry at the moment. That's probably gonna, yeah, that'll do it. So we don't need to finish building this. Oh, I didn't anticipate that. Let's go ahead and just drop steel plates. till we get these broke down, and then I'll pick up as many steel plates as we can. Alrighty, I understand. I can't hold these extra 4. Back and forth. Back and forth we go today. Probably gonna do something different with the colors down here too. Get a little bit of our yellow in here. Need to pop this save into creative mode so that I can spawn in a different color. I'm not sure how to do that without spawning in. There's a workshop creation on the Steam Workshop from a creator that I subscribe to that is a color palette. It's just a large wall of blocks that is the spectrum, the whole color spectrum, and you can choose the exact shade that you'd like. So I have like a couple of tones of browns and tans that I enjoy. So we need to get those in here, and we'll replace all of that yellow, the kind of dark yellow. We'll replace all that with our brown, our custom brown. Alright, so this floor space has to stay there. I guess the big question is going to be what happens when the elevator comes down and you have handrails right beside it, right? So let's find out. We could at least offset them to the outside of that cube there. I'm not sure why I didn't do a line build on that, but mistakes were made, lessons learned. Next, you can see how it's the footprint is kind of offset. You can either have it near the edge or set back from the edge a little bit. So we're gonna, once again, I did not do the line build for that. We're gonna set it back from the edge, just give a little more clearance for that elevator coming down. I don't know why I keep not line building these. I'm thinking about that elevator, clearing everything. Let our new gravity generator do its work here, doing all the good. It's nice not walking up stairs at a 45-degree angle. As your mag boots stick to the ramp. And away we go. This area welding is fantastic. Loving the addition. Okay, I'll go around the other way. How about that? Maybe I'll just paint the upper stripe underneath of the inside. Maybe I'll just paint that yellow and leave the deck gray like this. And we're out of those steel tubes, so that's enough of that for the moment. Let's get up here with the paint gun. See what we can do about some danger. I don't think I want to paint those. We'll just go with these, because I believe if I paint, we'll paint them. Whoops, we'll paint them and find out. Actually, that doesn't look bad yellow, does it? We might just leave those yellow, Chad. Voila. that's what we meant to do. Now, what I'm afraid of is if we paint these blocks, I think they're going to show up on the decking outside of the elevator. I don't know if we want that. It does make all of that yellow. Let's see if it's actually outside any. No? Well, maybe that's okay. Oh, missed one. Oh, we don't have any steel tubes right now. Yeah, maybe that's okay. Now, can we leave this stripe here green? I mean, gray all the way through? That may look pretty nice. We could go with that. It's going to be a full block back here on the back. Oh, it's not. So we could leave that gray stripe around as we go. That may look pretty fine. Let's go see what's going on in the corner over there. I cannot see from here. Oh, there's a hole going on in the corner over here. Okay. Well, we have something for that. Let's go. Let's go, no holes. I should have built those in yellow. Now I gotta paint them all. Oh, I did build them in yellow. Outstanding. Right. And can we get one row here? No. No, we cannot. Okay, that will do for that. Now let's head. Oh, I guess we need to get that guy. Yeah, that's not bad. It's kind of a. Oh, that one did bleed over. Tell you what we could do there is make that 2 half blocks instead of 1 full block. And one of them could be the yellow, and one of them could be the gray. Compromise. Engineering is often about compromise. Okay, we're just gonna be full for a minute. We're gonna be okay. It's okay. You just set that right there, darling. And this will be the gray one. Which way are we facing here? Very hard to tell. So very hard to tell from there. Wait, which block? Oh, I'm not even on the right block, chat. Okay. That's why it was looking a little funny. That looks much clearer. And this one will be the yellow. Yes, yes. Up that area while they're back out of our pockets. And now I believe we can already pick up these steel plates. Yoink. And we're welding it up. Engage. Alrighty. Looking good. So yeah, I think that's good for the landing down here. Can't walk around that corner with the button panel there, but I think I'm alright with it. I wouldn't mind it being a slightly different color. Let's go with the white, or the off-white for this one. See how that suits us if I can handle the control scheme. Yeah, that'll be alright, I think, because especially because the elevator is white. Alright, we'll be back with you. Now, I wonder about Suit energy being low. I wonder about that. Alright, let's jam up to the top. We can refill our Paul kits and catch a recharge. Here's our elevator. We'll be right back to that. Hello? Sorry, I know I'm dying, but must coordinate. Not sure where that came from, but moving on. Nice little overlook of the hangar here. Nice little overlook of the production facility. We're going to head down to Med Bay. We've got cargo access all over the place inside the base, both units. But we figure we'll go ahead and just give another quick shot of the Med Bay here. Luckily, nobody's here this morning, so we won't have to wait in the waiting area. We can just come right in and get treated up real good. And that should top us off very quickly. Now, just to show what's up here right quick, we've got a little patient area, some treatment beds, and little media area, media center, some personal storage lockers. Of course, we need a restroom. We've got a bit of a restroom right there. Oh, and there's the conveyor access that we also came for. So I know we've got many of the steel tubes now. Let's see. We can take those, and then, you know what? I'm gonna pop some of those back in and just grab the iron. Just regular old iron instead. That was not much iron. We probably won't be back to that spot for inventory, so we can go ahead and put that there. Or close that, rather. We were not born in a space barn. Fill those holes in right there, or put something cool in there. Alright, here is the other question. Are we going to have problems with this elevator rising up to a floor that is right next to it? We shall see. Let's get our UI back for this area welding. We can kind of track the progress. Good to know when it's done. Although you can tell just from playing it as well, you can see those plasma beams shooting off the tip out of the front face of the welder there. They will stop like that once you have completed all the parts that you're targeting. Okay, so I think let's go ahead and bring it down. We're going to be doing a little bit of save scumming here because we're working with experimental unknown pistons, unknown behaviors, and the game in its current state gives a bit of instability on its face. So let's save this. You cannot save often enough for right now. Right. Now, with the mouse using left and right click, you can raise and lower the the platform or the piston. In our case, it's a platform, but it uses the ship toolbar there where you can see it on the hot P and works like this. I just have this control seat up here for operating it for now until we get that option for those buttons. Now we may boost up the control speed just a touch, but let's find out here. For some reason it froze right there. Let's see what it's doing. We may have to remove and replace the control seat. It looks, yeah. So every now and then, I mean, pretty often really, the control seats will stop controlling the whole stack of pistons and only control the base piston. So we can do this now from the control seat or from the control panel, but it is not as convenient as using the mouse control. So I'm actually going to bring it back up and then bring them all down together. We'll see how that goes when it gets down there by those handrails. Alrighty, go into our control panel here. I think we still have piston in our clipboard. I'm going to grab these and manually set. First of all, let's change the control velocity to 1.5. See how that feels. And then for this velocity right now, let's go, well, first of all, let's turn these off. And then we'll just set our piston velocity right now to 1. And then when we power them on, they should be going +1 coming up towards us, but they are at their max distance, which I've set to be flush with the floor here at 11.6 for all three of them. So we're going to power them on and they shouldn't move. But then when we reverse velocity, they should all three retract. And here we go. This is the moment we're going to find out if this clangs and breaks anything to the point of reloading. I really wish there was a... That looks like it went okay. Let's go down there and check it out. I wish there was more information here. I know there will be, but not being able to see what how the extension, the level of extension, how far out the pistons are exactly, is suboptimal. So you can get it figured out. It just takes a lot of that trial and error, you know. Okay, let's see how this wound up down here. Well, I tell you what. Oh, I'm wondering why I can't walk backwards. I tell you what, that looks pretty good to me. Pretty good to me, Chad. I'm not sure about the ceiling, if that should stay. What if that were the yellow color? Would that look horrible? Oh, and this actually isn't the hazard yellow. This is the base yellow, the off yellow. Does that look bad? I think that's okay. I believe that's okay. I think she turned out pretty nice. Should we do a yellow floor? I think I like the gray floor. Okay, so let's, the other thing I wondered about, should we just put a control seat in the elevator? Oh, no, it won't. Well, let's go ahead and test it, but I don't believe it'll work. Although if we're using the control panel to control things, it actually will work. let's pop this in here and check it out. That's as far back as it goes, it looks like. Do we have what we need? No. I'm not going to have silicon or copper, I think. Oh, I did have everything. Outstanding. Outstanding! So I guess let's test it. We'll see if we can control this thing from here. We need to get into first-person view, and we'll have to do it from the control panel. We'll search for pistons, and there they are, all three in their glory. So if we just reverse velocity here, I'm going to change this back to say 1.2. How about that? Okay, here we go. Right after we save it. You cannot save enough, and I can't say that enough. This whole adventure here in Space Engineers 2 is a lot of fun, but it is early on in the game. All right, here we go. Get back in here. And here we go. Ho 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 ho, it's our first elevator ride. Knock on wood. No breaky, no whammy. I should be able to close this actually now, and just enjoy the ride. Yes, sir. Let's go. Oh, that feels good. Okay. So I think we need to go ahead and lower it down enough to where our roof is clear of the height there, and then go ahead and build out our, because I don't think it'll let us build. Well, let's go ahead and just double check, but I don't think there's going to be enough clearance to build anything. Sorry, I'm thinking and trying to talk. I don't think there's enough clearance in here to let us build these pieces with the elevator in place. Yeah, see, it won't let us put it in there. It'll let us put it below, but I believe that's because the elevator's not touching that spot. Yep. So I'll have to lower this down, and then lower this down a bit, and then see about building that floor. We do need to look, actually, real quick. I'm sorry, Chad. I'm scatterbrained today. We do need to reference how much room we have on each side, so we know what to build. So it looks like that's an exact clearance. This side was an exact clearance. That's going to be pretty clean if it's the exact all the way around. It is on the back side. Oh, it feels good when a plan comes together, doesn't it? Yes, perfect. Okay, that will be easy. We have made it easy on ourselves. I'm going to stick in the seat for the ride here this time because we don't want to go all the way down. Just want to go down enough to clear the roof from the floor level. I think that should be good. Oh, that doesn't work. Does that work? Can you not just stop them where they're at? Okay, we'll just go down. Okay, calm down. We'll go all the way down. We'll just take the ride. Be easy. Rest easy, my friend. Actually, I don't have to take the whole ride down. I have a jetpack. Doggone. This is for those lowly miners that come to the station and don't have big adventure man jetpacks. Alright. So I reckon we'll run the front and the sides full pieces. I think we're going to run into a little bit of... No, actually, if we do 2, that'll work right there. That should equal out, balance, split the difference, and get us some full pieces in back here. Oh no, a little bit off. Wonder if is everything touching like it should be up here? Well, this side met. Why do we have a gap on this side? Ah, this one is incorrect. It is placed incorrectly. Take 2. Scratch that. Reverse it. The frames and everything seem to be doing pretty good. I'm going to go ahead and pop the camera in here and see how that works for us. We were hiding it in anticipation of issues with frames, but it seems to be going pretty well. So let's get this welded up and we'll do our big test and see if our elevator explodes when it comes up next to these. And that's a paint gun. Just wanted to show everybody how the paint guns are. Sure appreciate everybody being here today, this morning, this afternoon, wherever you are. We're playing with the new toys in Space Engineers 2 today, namely pistons. We're about to find out how the clearance works and if our custom elevator cab is going to break when it comes up past these gratings here. This is showcasing the area welding that they've added in. It's fantastic. And it is a little bit slower than the regular hand welder, but it does do multiple pieces at once, so overall it is faster. And we've just got a couple more to tack together here, and then I think we may be getting very close to being done with this elevator. We'll be able to shift gears and see about pulling conveyors from the base down to the landing pads where this elevator comes from. And then one of these days, I reckon we can get into some rotor fun and work on building a large door into the hangar. Alright, I think all we're lacking here, chat, is the control panel. So if you are just joining us and you didn't know, I found out a huge secret or tip, quality of life tip. If you hold Control and Alt, you can scroll through the maybe put this off to the side here. You can scroll through the toolbars, which is fantastic. Otherwise you have to hit Control and the number, and that can be a real stretch with some of those higher number toolbars. So that's fantastic. I think maybe we make that one the gray. What do you think? Yes, I think that looks better up here. Alright, let's hop in the elevator and see what breaks. Here's a peek at our landing pads down here in our massive asteroid hangar. Little peek at the starter ship, that's called the Sledge. It gives it to you in the campaign, and then we massively modified it and gave it some big blue pants. So we've got 2 smaller medium hangars, landing pads I mean, 1 large ship hangar, or a couple more mediums, and then 1 smaller one back in the back there. So these are what we need to run our conveyor lines to. Alright, let's go test this elevator down here. This is the underworkings of it. We're going to run a staircase down here from the deck, so it'll be like a maintenance level if you need to come down and work on the pistons. Here we go. Fingers crossed. Now, unfortunately, we do have to do this from the control panel still until they get those button panels working, but it's just one little click here, and then we can escape out of that and hop out and enjoy the ride. This particular ride, I'm actually going to go up ahead of it so that we can monitor this from above here. Fingers crossed, moment of truth. Oh, so clean. Oh my god, that feels good. Look at that. Oh, okay, we're going for a ride now. So you gotta open the control panel, pull your pistons up, select your pistons, and reverse velocity, escape out, and get out. And that's all it takes right now to enjoy a nice little elevator ride. Please watch your step. I don't have a door on this thing. I didn't want to put a regular door and block the view. So when we get glass doors, I feel like that'll be pretty soon. We will See about putting a glass door on there, but oh, chat, that feels good. That just is sharp and slick as can be, I tell you. Okay. Well, that is awesome. Alright, so I'm not sure, should we start, I feel like we should start up at the base with the conveyors and pull them down. Because if we start down here, we've got all these multiple connectors we're going to have to install, and then figure out where those conveyor lines are going to run and converge into a common point. So yeah, it'd be better to start from the top. I know you normally got to start at the bottom, but now we're here. We got a jetpack, so we're going to start at the top. So we've got conveyors everywhere up here. I'm trying to think. I don't believe I have any at any level lower than this, unless of course we wanted to bring them. So alright, so this, we'll call this plan A, or option A. We'll pull from there, and I mean, obviously we'll have to go through some rock. I'm not sure where we'll bring them out, if we want to try to keep that unexposed or just let it be exposed and put maybe some gratings over it as it comes down here. Option B would be, we've got conveyors out here. I believe I'm armored up underneath, but we do have that conveyor line. So it's already kind of snaking around below the starter platform out here. So we could just come off of that and bring it over, and then run it through, you know, wherever. Probably turn in underneath this, the exposed catwalk there. It kind of already has the pipelines running. We could do that. That may not look bad. Bring it in right there. But then what? Bring it in there, and then what? I guess probably turn down right here. Turn down and drop down that wall. I don't know. Maybe we bring it all the way over. We could bring it all the way over to here, 90 that way, and then come down there. Where would that land? No, also not very good. Oh, vey. Let's see. Any ideas? Any suggestions? I know it's not being your build, it's kind of a little tricky, but that's where our options are, and this is kind of an overlook of, let me clean up that UI for us here. That's kind of an overlook of things. Tell you what, while y'all think about that for just a moment, I'm gonna go take a look at this real quick, and I will be right back. Let me just, thanks for being here. Love everybody. Alright, I am happy to report of the options between home burglary and wrong address for a delivery driver. It was a wrong address. I didn't think I had ordered anything, so kind of a relief there. Alright, so this is going to be complicated no matter how we slice it, getting these conveyors down here. If we run them exposed, it would certainly be a lot easier. But then we got to make them look good. I'm pretty tempted to just drill straight down out from under one of these conveyor lines up here. Just drill straight down through the bedrock and come out underneath. Right there. That seems like it would be the it would just look the nicest, I think. I don't really want to do that much drilling though. I've done so much. You can see all the drilling I drilled for that elevator shaft and the hallways. Of course, that entire production floor right there was mined out. I had to do a bit of mining for some of the landing pad there. So I'm pretty well mined out for a little while. We may run them exposed and see, the problem with running them exposed is that we can't be on over the top of any of the, we can't be in the airspace, as it were. So we'd have to come down over here somewhere. I mean, let's just do that. It won't look bad. We'll follow the catwalk, the enclosed catwalk, to about right there, and then just drop straight down the wall, kind of half in the wall. That'll be alright. So let's get started. Gonna need one of one of these. Nope, that's not it either. Gonna need one of these. I don't want to come off of over there. I'd rather kind of stick close to the house here, close to the wall. Hello. So I guess, do we want this one or the next one? I think this, it's cutting it pretty close there, isn't it? This one's way out there. Okay, we're gonna go with this one. We will see. So we're gonna swap this out with a T junction. Is that it? There it is. And this is in our off yellow. I love how it resets your piece after you set the color. We go and weld this back together so we have our conveyor lines, and then we'll start playing Balak the Builder. Yes, we can. I tell you what, that's not it. Oh, it's over here somewhere. Oh, I'm on the wrong toolbar. I like to try to keep that UI minimized when possible. They don't have any way of hiding some of the waypoints, the GPS waypoints right now in the game yet, and so the UI gets pretty cluttered. I think that's our turn right there. Don't want to miss our turn. We don't have any Waymo or GPS Google Maps out here in the Almagest. We've got to plot our own course. Should we turn in right here? Not yet. I think we'll run into the wall if we try to turn in there. We'll just run some caging or supports or something around this to kind of make it look nice. And we need to get... Oh, you know what? I think we would have been... No, what we need here is one of their extensions, I believe. We'll drop these and grab one of these little extension rings. Not that one, I think the fat one. Let's try that and then get back to our 90 and see if that puts us in the middle of our pathway here. No, what do you think? Like two more? Like two more of those? They are here. No dope. Whoop, dose. Oh, just got all the parts coming out to play. That was my thing. I needed that one. Every time. Okay, that's pretty close, but this is OCD we're talking about here, so we are one of these rings too big. Now we go back up. Alright, engage. That's going to be too much. I think if we just turn in here, it won't be enough. So let's get our rings back up. That's a button. There are, in fact, a lot of buttons on the keyboard. I don't know if y'all have noticed that before, but there's no denying it. And only so many brain cells to take care of them. I don't think we need to be touching. So let's try it on here. Okay, that seems good. We'll get a straight. Hello? Be my friend. I guess it's... Oh, pardon, got a frog in my throat. I guess it's not projecting because it's going through the wall. That's typically not a problem. But yeah, it's doing that. Alright, so we'll get our grinder going early. I'm pretty sure these are all small blocks here, so this may be a moment. But that makes it easy to make sure we cut open just what we need. And I think these are, is it 3x3 or 4x4? We'll find out. I think it's 4x4. The area welder is a game changer. Now I'm waiting on the area grinder, because grinding is a grind. Funny, I used to, when I was younger, I used to work in a steel pipe mill, among other places, and I worked in the final inspection part for inspecting these pipes and make sure they met all the specs for the order and whatnot. Oh, are we running into that one? I can't really tell from here. Yeah, I think we're running into that one. Anyway, we did NDT, non-destructive testing, and it was a practice that I picked up in my schooling for commercial diving, and it served me well afterwards. Let me get the right color out before we make a circus of things. And part of that job was a lot of grinding. So in real life, I've done enough grinding for multiple lifetimes. Are we here? That's where we were, isn't it? No, I think that's where we want to be. Let's give that a shot. This is where the area welder really shines when you're using these small detailed blocks like that. You can see when you have the UI showing 27 blocks it's targeting with the area welder. 2 are complete, 26 and 27. That's pretty fantastic. All right, let's get back into here and see if we can make this work. This hole is not square, and this is a square part. So what are we missing here? Oh, okay. We're fine. Everything is fine. Calm down. Calm down, everybody. So where are we dropping down? We said right, probably one short of that. Yes, I think at least one short of that. We'll try that. See how that works. I have to get. I should have got a fresh drink a moment ago. I'm gonna have to get a drink in a little bit. Thank you again for being here, everybody. We sure appreciate it. I hope everyone's week started out as good as could be expected. I'm going to just bring that on down all the way for a moment. And where are we shooting for here? And it's not super centered, but I'll be fine with it, I reckon. It's just our initial tie-in point, right? Is this a big boy block? Yes, sir. So I think I'm just going to pop a node right here, and we can go from there with these. These have not been yellow this whole time. We're going to have to repaint all of these. Yay. Alright. Actually, I don't believe it's that color yellow. I think it's the bright yellow, isn't it? The ones outside. Okay, so if we start from there, hopefully we meet this thing. And we'll meet in the middle, just like that. So we'll throw the 90 on this side. It doesn't look like it lines up quite perfect. Oh no, it's we need to come back one of those, a skinny one. We need to come back one skinny. What about left to right? Get out of my face, sir. Left to right. Are we also off one? Oh man, we're one small block off that way. Well, that's more of a pain to address. We could do it down there at the landing pad, but it'd be better probably to take it out of one of these extensions that we put in here. How many of these do we have? 3. If we took it out of that one, we won't be, you know, quite, well, we're not exactly centered anyway, but I reckon that doesn't matter. I think that's what we need to do. And then they'll all be yellow. Oh wait, these are yellow, aren't they? Huh. They did not look yellow inside. Are we going the right direction, Chad? Did we need to take one off or add one? Before we completely do the whole thing, we needed to add one skinny one. Okay, glad we double checked that. So let's get that back out. Funny enough, I think that's actually going to put us more, in the center there, isn't it? Alright, we add that back on. Oh, and these are not the bright yellow, are they? They are the off yellow. That's going to be fun when I get my brown in and I replace all of this color yellow on the base with the brown in one click. It's going to make all of our pipes look like, well, I don't know, what would you think of if you saw a brown pipe? It's just wastewater, right? This was, I guess we had some rings on this too. Some unknown number of rings. Was it that number? Was it 1? That looks pretty okay. We go back through this hole again here. Get a hold of that pipe or conveyor and bring it on out to the rest of these hoodlums. Get out of here. You can't park that there. Alrighty. We're back on track. Back in the habit with Whoopi. I don't know about that movie. We liked Sister Act. We liked the first one. I don't think we even saw Back in the Habit. It seemed like it was so long after the first one that we're just going to do a little bit of drilling right here, I think, chat. It was so long after the first one, it just seemed like it was like a money grab and less of a genuine artistic endeavor. But the first one was great, very funny, very unique and original idea. Suit energy low. I'm pretty good about dying while I'm building, so let's go ahead and address that immediately. Although I do believe I have, no I don't, see, I was about to say I think I've got extra batteries in my pocket, but I've already used them because I'm really good about dying while I'm building. So they have these consumables in the game. The oxygen recharge for your oxygen on your suit. The hydrogen recharge is for the jetpack. Your jetpack just runs on power, unlike the first game, not gas. But if you want to boost and go faster than the minimum speed or the the maximum jetpack speed limit, the inertia dampener speed limit. It's called the safe speed limit because if you hit something going that speed, and I'm saying that speed because I wouldn't quote myself on what that speed is. I think it's 20. It's either 20 or 40. But if you you won't die or take damage to your grids. So anyway, if you want to go faster, that's the jetpack boost. You've got the med kits and then the batteries for your health and your suit charge. So I do need to grab another battery from somewhere next time I'm in my inventories. Okay, so we're all charged up. Where were we? We were going down. Going D. So D. Engage. Okay, fingers crossed. You guys play nice. You be friends. Oh, I forgot about we nailed the lateral adjustment, but I forgot about this way. So we want to be one small ring shorter than, you know what, let's just put that there and we'll make up the difference on this other side right here next to us. Hello? That's how that works, okay. And then that's a skinny one, isn't it? Get in there. What is this music? I'm gonna maybe catch the next song. That was that was pretty unique and very long. Okay, so how many of these does it take to be? I guess we'll go ahead and throw the 90 on here, and then we can just do as many as it takes to meet the gap. Voila. That many. And, oh wait, these are skinny ones. We use the double just to try to minimize the PCU cost. The more blocks you have in a build, the more of your PCU it takes, and you have a set amount in the game for each save. You can see it on the bottom right there, 400,000. Oh no, 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 I want to do symmetry building. No, thank you. Don't put this piece somewhere else. I didn't need to put it. That would be suboptimal as well. Okay, now some of these, we can't repaint them while they're, I'm just gonna re-pull them. Is that my straight pipe? It is. These are the wrong yellow. It's either just do this than to paint them. Actually, painting them is incredibly easy as well. Alright, let's see how we did. That was not too bad to get conveyor access all the way down. In fact, that was not as hard as I thought it was going to be. I should have done that before I welded up all of these landing pads down here, so I wouldn't have had to fly back up to back up outside and back and forth every time. I have a little welding ship, and we did it with the welding ship. Me and the mouse in my pocket. But yeah, the ship welders are bugged right now, or well, they just introduced them, so I don't know if you say they're bugged, they're just not quite finished, you know. But they act as if they're a grinder or a drill, meaning a grinder and a drill, you put them out onto a part, and they take that part or that voxel or that ore and put it in your cargo. So they take material in and put it into your cargo. The ports on the grinders and the ports on the drills, they're output ports. They go out to your cargo, and we are out of steel plates. So we should have started at the other end. We wouldn't have as far back to go. But the welder should be the opposite. The welder's port should be an input port on the tool, so that if you have steel plates in your cargo, in your inventory of your ship, and you point your welder at a block that needs to be welded up with steel plates, it should pull those steel plates into the welder from your cargo container. but they don't do that. They work backwards. They try to throw all of the material. If you manually load material into the welder, it puts it into your cargo. So the way we did it is, I think I've got it parked out front now, but the way we did it is I just cut the elbow, the conveyor elbow that was connecting the welder to the cargo container, and then manually loaded the welder. But it was still much faster than doing it by hand, because you can only, each welder could carry about 4 times more steel plates than I can carry in my backpack, and there's 2 of those welders on the ship. Plus then you've got the cargo container, so if you fill that up and bring the ship down here to weld it all up, when you do have to reload the welders, you only have to just jump out of your cockpit and the cargo container is right there. It's not like you only have to go back up topside whenever you empty the whole cargo container for the ship. So it's almost like having a working welding ship. Pretty cool. It certainly made all of this a lot faster than non. Funny story about that too. I welded all of that up the hard long way, and I started it all with there's a block. Let's see if I can look at it. Yeah, that line of truss blocks coming down right there in the background. That block. Oh, hey Screwball, you finally got it working on your Linux PC last night. You had to have a specific oh, I bet, I imagine. This game's so new, and it's pretty resource heavy too. Congratulations, that is awesome. Have you done much playing on it at all, or are you just about to get started? But yeah, so that line of truss blocks running down in the background there is where I connected. Why am I... Oh, these need steel tubes, and I just grabbed steel plates. Let's go get some iron. So that truss block is where I connected the projection of the landing pads. You can see them over here in the background, actually. So I blueprinted all of the... Yeah, let's go ahead and just get rid of all of this stuff and put it... and we'll grab the iron out and just do it with iron. It's a little bit slower. It uses the same amount of material as if you make the component with the iron first and then put the component in. It just welds a lot faster if you use the component. So anyway, I've been blueprinting all of the POIs. Like this whole base here started out as your starter platform for this campaign. Everything you see on the screen right here is about what you start with, and we've expanded all of this off of that. You finally got, I'm sorry, you played SE2 early slice on old Windows. That was over 6 months ago. Oh, it's changed so fast, so much, all the time. Well, you know, if you've been following it, but yeah, it's so much fun just getting in on the ground level. The developers, it's amazing what they've created here. So anyway, I've been blueprinting, you know, for posterity, all of the grids from all the developer grids from the campaign and the contracts. And one of those bases had a double landing pad. This is my creative playground out here. So this section right there, those 2 landing pads were already together on whatever base it was. So I went into a creative mode, into a creative save. I projected that base out here and then cut just the landing pads off and saved those as a blueprint. And then I came and put 2 of those, or I put one there and then put the other one this way. And then I further cut just here the catwalk and the landing pad off and filled it in there to create this whole big landing pad. And this big landing pad is what I actually projected using that red block right there. We'll go back inside here. That's what I project. I projected that whole landing pad build onto my truss block right here under us. So I projected it to right there, and then I started welding. I started welding when I actually started, and I had the elevator, by the way, this whole elevator shaft, I had the projections for that built all the way down. Oh, Specs, I don't have, I'm working on getting affiliate. We're a brand new channel, kind of getting up and going and building our community. We're trying to expand it from some of the communities that I'm a part of and some of the other Discords and let folks know what we're doing for other builders and everything. So for now, there are no commands. You can't sub or anything, but we're this close to getting affiliate. In the next couple days, I think we may hit that. But in the meantime, I do have my specs listed on my Twitch page there at the bottom, and we'll have improvements incoming because they're abysmal. we're actually a little bit below the recommend or the minimum listed minimum specs. Oh, thank you, I appreciate that, Screwball. So good. So we're just below, a tiny bit below the minimum specs that they recommend for the game. And so we're on not the lowest settings, but we're on low settings with the streaming. We are streaming to YouTube and Twitch at the same time, so and it seems to do pretty okay. I haven't had people, and I've watched back some of the VODs, and it seems to be doing okay. So, but at any rate, it was a funny story. So I played this whole this playthrough, this server I played in survival. And then I built this whole base in survival, and then I got to this point to where I had done the landing pads, and I lined it up there, and then when I built when I built the elevator shaft, I built it from the top down, and it just met with the projection of the landing pads down here. Well, then I started welding it all up, and when I started welding it, I actually started from like right there, I think, from some where the grid met voxel, and little did I know it was actually welding a new grid off of that voxel. And when I got welded all the way around to the point of right there where I was gonna, weld into the block that was touching my grid, it wouldn't weld because you can't touch two grids like that. And so I had welded almost, probably like 75% of I did all the substructure first, and then started on that corner and started working my way back this way. And so I welded so much of it, I was like, no, not doing that again. Somewhere this didn't connect with the truss block, so I had to make it a solid block to put that projection on. But anyway, I just saved, I changed the save to creative and cut all of that out down there, and then I had to, since I was pasting this back in and I had the elevator shaft built, it was down in the way of the projection, so it wouldn't let me paste these back in. So I had to cut the elevator using the selective copy. Let me know in chat if you're not familiar with that. It's amazing in this game. And so I used that selective copy to cut the entire elevator shaft out of the hole, and I threw it out in space outside. And then I did the same thing with the landing pad, making the adjustments that I needed to make on it after I'd already welded it all up once. So then in that creative save, it was actually just this morning, getting it buttoned up down there. That's where I copied the final version from there and put it down here. And then when I got ready to set up the elevator, it was, with these new pistons and the way the toolbars work, it was being a booger to get it all set up correctly. So I threw these pistons here out here just as a test bench to get that the height and the speed and everything set right without potentially breaking my base. And then this is the shaft and the elevator car and the elevator pistons, the base, I guess you'd call it. So later on I'll get back into creative and snap all of that out of here. I'm not even about to go grind it all the way, so for right now it's just hanging out there. Actually, it's probably affecting our performance a bit. That is a lot of blocks out there. We may want to, when we take a break, about 20 minutes. About 20 minutes, I'll take a little 5 or 10 minute break, and I'll probably just reload into creative and get rid of those while we're doing that break. Okay, left foot, right foot. So do you play Space Engineers 1 also, Screwball? you have any builds you've got put on the workshop or anything? I definitely enjoy meeting people that like this type of game. I do variety game. You can tell, I'm sure, looking at the channel there. We play quite a bit of different games. Alt F10 to easily switch. Um, I don't believe so. There's a lot of features that aren't here. I'll try it here in a minute, though. I will save it and just give that a try. That'd be fantastic if you could, but I don't believe you can. It does give you a loading screen on the pause screen, and you can pull up all the different saves that you have and then go into the advanced settings for them, which is where you change creative to survival. And you can do that from within the game, except if you try to change your current save while you're playing it, then it doesn't let you. You have to exit to the menu screen first. About 1,200 hours. That is a bit. That is plenty. Yeah, I've got so many fun creations over the years in that one. I think that it started with Stationeers for me, and then I found Space Engineers. And Stationeer, I love Stationeers, but it doesn't have any mechanical blocks. It doesn't have any. You can't really. You have lots of systems, but you just can't. I don't know. I like getting things moving. And then of course you're pretty static based on a planet or a moon. Wherever you're at, well, a moon, I guess they're all either moons or just in space. And so it's not really a spaceship kind of game, it's really just a base kind of builder. So yeah, I found Space Engineers too, and you've got all the spaceship possibilities, you've got weapons if you want to get into fights, and then all the mechanical blocks that make everything just a whole lot of fun. Tell you what, actually, since you've got so much time in Space Engineers 1, I think when I get these last few blocks here welded, I'm going to go ahead and reload into, we'll check the shortcut there and see if that hotkey still works, but then I think I'm going to go ahead and swap it over to creative now. We can get our orbit cleared up here behind me, and then I think I'll go ahead and just spawn in momentarily. I'll spawn in a ship that I built for this game that has a lot of movement in it, and it's kind of a showcase for the new pistons and what's possible. Since you've got the game working, if you wanted to actually check it out oh, I finally ran out of materials. Pretty handy, right next to the conveyor. Oh, I don't know why I keep thinking these just take steel plates. It's not just steel plates. It's plates and tubes, and I think I may be out. Yep, I'm out of steel tubes, so I'll just grab the iron. I tell you, the inventory full and suit energy low and all that. The suit AI voice, she is so much more pleasant in this game than the first one. It seems like every game just about has a pretty annoying warning voice for that kind of stuff, but she really is quite pleasant. So yeah, let's save it and give that a shot right quick. You cannot save often enough in the current state of the alpha build here on Space Engineers 2. So we're gonna pop out to the main. Oh no. First, let me try your. So what did you say? Alt F10. That was. Oh yeah, actually I know that doesn't work. No. That's how you get into all of your creative tools and everything for SE1. So we don't have anything like that just yet, but it doesn't take too long. If I know the welding content is so thrilling anyway, so it shouldn't take too long to just reload this up. I'd like to get that stuff out of the front yard back there, and that ought to help our performance anyway. And then we can also take a look at the Ripton class EOC carrier. No, it's the, which one is it? The EOC is the Exploration Operations Carrier. This one is the SRC, the Salvage Recovery Carrier. And it's designed to go out and get a ship that you're either salvaging, or you find, a wrecked ship or whatnot, or one of your own vessels, one of your own fleet vessels that's become disabled and needs a tow, basically. Alright, so we'll go into these settings here. Can actually get rid of these now because everything played out nicely with the various experiments we were doing. Didn't want to lose everything with the state of the game. This is annoying. This one function right here is annoyingly slow. You pull up the advanced settings for any of these, and it really does take its time pulling that up, which is odd because you'll see when they pull up here in a minute, you know what the settings, the advanced settings screen in Space Engineers 1 looks like? Well, this is it in Space Engineers 2 right now. You can turn autosave on and off, and you can change from survival to creative. That's it. I mean, it has your backups listed there, but which I'm sure that's why it takes a minute to load that. But yeah, you would expect more options after a 40-second menu load, you know, 30-second whatnot. Oh, I'm so excited about that elevator. That was so clean. In Space Engineers 1, if you have two separate grids, you know, flush past each other like that, that's how you give burnt offerings to Clang. That was so clean. I felt for sure I was going to have to use the detail blocks and space it out, give it a little bit of a gap, but I mean, the entire elevator wall, the whole wall just went right past that floor. Just so clean. A perfect scene. Very nice. Man, if you had more room below, you could make walls around the piston underneath, all the way down to where the whole thing rose up. It would just look like one big solid column rising up, and that way you don't have a hole left over in the floor. That would be cool. I don't have that much room underneath this one, and man, I just don't want to drill down there anymore. I'm gonna run all these connectors and get some ships parked in here. It'll be fun. The design of the gameplay in this game has been a lot of fun too. The contracts, they've got an economy. You can trade for materials and sell. They don't have ships in it yet or anything, but the economy's been a lot of fun and the contracts are neat. I don't want to spoil it for you if you haven't done it yet, but there's one that's got a really cool aspect. It was quite a surprise, and then it's like, okay, well, I think this is what this is, and then you read another menu or whatnot, and you open another box and you find out, yes, that is what that's supposed to be. And okay, well, let's see how it works. I doubt this is gonna, and oh my gosh, it worked perfectly. It was so good. Okay, let us do some deletions. Where's my little pointer block? I'm gonna be on this toolbar, and there it is. So we don't want that anymore. And we don't want, actually, you know what? I think I might blueprint this little elevator car. Yes, that's the one. There's nothing super special about it, but it had some weird lines that I don't want to have to build again if I decide to put it somewhere else. So you also gotta go. Nothing too special about you. And you. Okay, so that's what we needed there. Now let us check out the SRC right quick. We'll go to our build. We've got we've managed to get three ships on the workshop for this build. Oh, you know what else? Actually, while I'm thinking about it, before we do anything, we should update our now that we've got these conveyors run, we should update our blueprint for our base. And the reason I mean, you just like to save, you know, your hard work and everything, but the reason I think this will be worthwhile for this base is because, sorry, I'm trying to focus, don't want to click the wrong thing here. Like I mentioned, it's based off of the starter platform, and so I don't think they're going to change that platform as they progress the game. So even when it comes out eventually in its final, you know, 1.0 state, I think I should be able to paste this back in here on that little starter platform like they had. And I would do that as a projection, and then I can use that projection to run the miner through and dig out all of the blue, you know, make sure there's no rock in the blue. And because it's a neat base. It's been a lot of fun building it, and it's been neat. All right, so let's get this carrier out here. I had a brain fart for a second there. It is the Ripton class SRC carrier. I guess I could just look for that. That would be pretty quick. Should be this guy. Taking a minute with the thumbnails. Yep, that should be it. Did you have a hiccup? There you are. I wonder what this will do to our PCU. Dun 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 dun. Moment of truth. Oh, did we lose? Did we lose? Oh, there it is. It looked like we lost the game capture audio for a moment, but there was just no audio playing. Okay. This is it. This is the Ripton carrier that I've put together. Now, this is a fun project. We used some modules that Keen actually published and put on the workshop, and they did it to kind of encourage you to build your own ships. So for instance, if you can imagine this from right there to the other side, this little hangar right here is one module, and that's another one of those hangars. And then in the back here, oh, these little thrusters up top, I cut the end off of a couple of them and put them together. So half of this thruster pack is one of the modules, the little 6 thruster pack. Oh, this thing is eating my performance here. Is it? Oh my gosh, look at our frames. I should put this away. I see y'all are still viewing amazingly. Thank you for hanging out. Man, that is... Yeah, I need to get rid of this ship here, chat. I can't have this ship and this base. Oh my gosh, look at that. It's like y'all are watching a slideshow. Fantastic. Alright, I'm just going to move one time to the other side of the ship just to show you. And you'll have to use your imaginations, I reckon. Man, it'd be nice to just hit it one time. We've got some control panels right here that will be used to run the claws, but there's a piston in the deck. You'll just have to try it in your own game. There's a piston in the deck right there that shoots the claws out, and then there's top and bottom jaw pistons that open the clamps, and then there's lock pistons, these here. So you can reach out and open up and clamp on and grab something and pull it back and lock it onto the side of the ship here. And then you've got the small hangars for your little grinder ships, and you can send those out and get to work on it. Or if you're taking it back to base for repairs, you can head that way. And then up front here, last thing we'll look at on screen, because it is, oh man, this is the grinder pit. We threw a little grinder pit in there as well, because, you know, it's a salvage ship, so gotta have that. All right, let's get rid of this thing. It is just like it feels like my mainframe's about to catch on fire. See, I already hit to cut it. Oh, I hit copy instead of cut. That was no good. All right, let's get rid of you. see if I can watch the, yeah, watch the frames spike back up. Okay, sorry about that. I thought it'd be fun to look at that, but hopefully nobody had any seizures in the chat. Well, that was something. All right, so we've got conveyor access down here now. Need to wrap something around that, I think, some kind of grating or something along those lines. But first, let's think connectors. You'd kind of like to think maybe just right in the middle of each pad, but I feel like there should be a couple on some of these pads. Maybe this one actually have like 4. Oh, you know what? We're still in creative. Okay, sit tight and we will swap back. I don't want to play the playthrough in creative. Oh man, those frames were rough when I had that ship out. It's got, you have a limit of 400,000 PCU in the game, and that ship is 100 and, I don't remember now, but it's like 120 or 130,000 or something like that. And the base that we're at, that was right behind our back right there, the base is also, I don't even know what that one is. I had, maybe y'all saw it on the, when I had the blueprint up on screen, but the yeah, the base is around 100,000 too, so, but still just pasting in 25% of your PCU limit while you're standing right in front of another 25% of your PCU limit, running on a minimum spec machine. We are living on the edge. Living on the edge, chat. It was part of the song, but sounded like somebody was honking outside. Oh, I didn't even see your message earlier about your specs there on your 16 gig. So I thought the Ryzen 9600, I guess Ryzen is your CPU. I thought, oh yeah, it's AMD. Okay, right. So AMD, so my processor's pretty good, but my graphics card, that RTX 5060 Ti, has got me so jealous. Congratulations, I'm happy for you though. That has got to be a blast. We're looking at getting into a 40 series, and we're currently in a 16 series GTX. The right, the AMD's on 96. That's current. I thought that was a couple, like probably maybe 2 series ago. I think the Intel's are 12, I want to say. Mine's a 10. Oh, pay attention here. Chat can't play the game for you. We did change that, right? I hope so. Takes too long to pull it up. So have you played any scenarios, any of the workshop scenarios for Space Engineers 1? And if so, do you have a favorite creator of those, or just the ones from Keen? Might pop over to the next song again here. Try to give it a pretty eclectic mix. We've got some electronic stuff, some like hip hop type stuff. We've got jazz in here. We've got classical. We've got some Mozart and Beethoven. 1 or 2 little country ditties. Pretty eclectic mix. We've got some rock songs in there. left foot, right foot, one thing at a time. We are getting this channel growing. We're, like I mentioned before, we're just so close to affiliate. We appreciate any follows and likes and subs on YouTube. With Twitch, we're so close to affiliate. We need one more day of an average of 3 viewers, and that's it. So we are right there. Yes, current generation is 9,000, right? The new naming. Oh, they changed the naming. So Core Ultra 200 series is what the current version right now. And I should know this. I really ought to know this. It's kind of my my ballpark. I'm in a pretty interesting spot in life right now. Some would call it a midlife crisis, but I'm just having fun with it. My profession, I used to be a commercial diver when I was younger, and then after that I got into electrical. I became an electrician, and I moved down here where I'm at now and got on with this fellow that I worked for a little over 10 years, up until recently. And in that job I was an electrician, and he also did a lot of network security, surveillance, and home theater, home audio and video. So I got into all of the local. So I've spent the last 11 years doing networks, electrical, security systems, camera systems, all of that. And oh, are you kidding? That's so funny. That's so funny. Well, I guess I could say I've been in IT in one form or another, but not strictly information technology. Of course, I did plenty of programming and plenty of systems work, but setting up networks. We live in a beach community, touristy beach community, and there are a lot of large condo buildings and hotels all up and down the beach. Just needs a moment to warm up here, I guess, now that we're back in. So we do, like corporate Wi-Fi and setting up those types of things, but also the physical running of the cables and everything. So anyway, I was always, kind of the hammer and the squirrely guy, and I would get into places people couldn't get into, and so I was always in weird places on ladders and in attics and everything, and I've kind of forgotten where we were at. I was so excited about that. Oh, connectors. So anyway, it just took its toll over the years, and I'm far too young to be saying this, but I can't do it anymore. It got to the point, I've got some issues with my back and even a hip now. You're 15 minutes from the Gulf in the Florida Panhandle. Well, isn't that hilarious? You may know I bet you if I gave you 3 guesses and only one of them counted, you could tell me what city I live in just from what I told you already. That's funny. Yeah, I'm just right down the road from you, bud. We're about 2 blocks from the beach, but we're potentially straight south of you, or not far one way or the other. But anyway, so I can't do that work anymore. The pain just got too much every day, and I finally had to call it quits. So in September of this past year, I was my last day, and I began studying. And between September and January, I took and passed my exam certs and got my CompTIA A+ and my CompTIA Network Plus certifications, with the intent to get into remote from home IT work, knowing full well I would most likely be starting, doing help desk or something. I'm always very good with customers. We did a lot of work down here where I'm at. There's a lot of money, and so we were in multi-million-dollar homes all the time, including when the homeowners aren't there. I had a really good rapport with any customers that we ever had, really, pretty much. So I feel like I'd be fine in that role. But I do enjoy the more detail-oriented, more I don't know, procedural, you could say, aspects of it. So we'll see where the road takes us. But as of now, for the past 3 months, 2 months or so, I've been putting in applications and resumes, and I'm on Indeed and on LinkedIn, and I'm going at this like I'm in creative or something, like I'm just going to delete that block. So yeah, I'm in all the, I am already full. So I'm in all the, the places that you should be looking, trying to network out and look for work and everything. So that's where we're at right now. Fortunately, we don't have, rent or a mortgage or anything like that. And so I'm in a pretty unique situation to be able to do this. But yeah, so I did that for about 6 weeks, kind of halfway looking at the Security Plus aspect of things too. Sorry, I'm distracting myself. And so I've been kind of halfway studying for that, and the my sister and my wife, the two. My game is not doing. Oh no! Right where my spotlight was, that's probably going to be on every one of them. We'll have to just fix that. Put that back in next to it or something. Anyway, they both told, the people that know me the best have told me, you build neat things and you should do that streaming thing. So here we are. I'm sure it may not last forever, but I do enjoy it, and I like people. So if we can put together a community, I'm all about continuing and staying on, and we can track progress on this game and others. But yeah, that's where we're at. The condo mentioned, the beach sounds like it could be anything from Pensacola Beach, Navarre, Destin, Miramar. I can see you're a little bit further east of me, or west of me, I think probably 30A, Panama City Beach, or, well, I tell you, that covered the entire realm of possibilities, didn't it? Yeah, we're just right here in Panama City Beach, Screwball. Right down the road from you, it sounds like. So it's fun. It's a blessing. We get to live here all the time. Just hop down to the beach for free anytime to relax. And meanwhile, most people save up all year and pay extreme amounts of money to come spend 1 week here. If they're from the region, they may just be able to come for the weekend. Been pretty nice. Security concerns or anything with I'm not throwing out my address, and name or whatnot, but on Twitch, but I really don't have security concerns or issues. I think we're in a pretty nice place, and I think I deal with nice people, and I deal with people in a nice way, so I don't typically make enemies. And most importantly, if I had one and they did come with ill intent, we can handle that as well. So okay, cool. You work in Freeport and live in Niceville. We have some clients in PCB area. Yeah, I've done a lot of work in both Freeport and Niceville. I did some Wi-Fi work and the camera system for the city of Freeport, actually. And we had lots of clients in Niceville as well. We'd go anywhere from as far west as Pensacola Beach, all the way out to Port St. Joe. So yeah, I've been in and around all over there quite a bit, and I've been here for about 16 years, 15 years here in PCB, or in the area at all. I was originally from West Texas, out in the desert, but my dad got me into scuba diving when I was a youngin', very youngin'. I mean, I started diving when I was 5. I was certified when I was 12. At the time, that was the minimum age. And that, I think, will do it for our connectors. I'm really kind of thinking about maybe adding one in the middle here at this strip, in case, larger ships, they're sometimes, a little bit off kilter with the connector. Oh, that's not a middle. There's not a middle. It's got to be on one side or the other. Well, no, never mind. I forgot what game I'm playing. We'll put a half block on each side and make it a middle. So anyway, he got me into diving when I was real young. Oh, gravity works. There goes that gravity generator kicking in. Let's say goodbye to that steel plate. I don't remember why I was talking about diving now, but yeah, I was originally from West Texas, but I've always had salt water in my veins, Oh, my inventory's still full. Okay, I got you. How about I just drop these right here? Would that be okay? I'm getting lag here. I'm like losing frames left and right. It's not unbearable, but it seems to be a little consistent. I don't know why I thought I'd have room after I just added. Okay, we don't want yellow, and we do want half. We'll throw one there, throw one there. Okay, now I think we've got one everywhere. Let's find our connector guy. Oh, actually, look at that. We're past. I thought I felt pretty thirsty and feeling a little antsy here. I have got to go to the restroom, and oh, I forgot the connector blocks. They're kind of funky. They're not a full-size block to just slap in a hole. All right, so we'll run the conveyors then to this point, and then slap the connectors on top of the conveyors. Okay, I'm gonna take 5, and it may become 10 at my age, but I'm gonna go hit the restroom real quick and grab a drink, refresh my drink. You'll have some grass to touch, etc., etc., and we'll be back shortly. Appreciate it. Thank y'all. Alrighty, and we're back. Every little thing gonna be alright. And I'm still dropping frames there. Okay. So, how are we gonna map this out? I guess we come out, didn't cut out yet. Oh, I did. Okay. We need to drill that one out, don't we? Yes, sir. I'm losing control here on the... Oh no, I'm glad I turned my HUD on just in time. We know I'm all about the dying. You know what? I'm gonna take the elevator. Haha. Because I can. We should put a survival kit down here, definitely. Let me close the UI there. First person. Control panel. 3 pistons involved in the show. Reverse. And enjoy. So good. So good. And it's smooth too. It's not like, you know, like all staggery like the pistons can be in Space Engineers 1. Oh my god, look at that seam, y'all. That is beautiful. That is a beautiful thing. Okay, let's go not die. That was an old George Carlin bit. I always remember he said, you know, I figured out that's the secret to life. I figured out the secret to life when I was, you know, 7 years old or something. What's going on with it? Oh, I wasn't targeting it. That's the secret to life. Not dying. It's a wild man. I don't have... Oh, yeah, I do. It's over here. Oh, and I still need to... Let's go ahead and weld all this stuff up while we're in here. See where we're at. That will do it. Top us off. Didn't know who left this airlock open. Lucky for them, there's no air tightness in the game yet. This door can be a little funny to target, but it is so worth it. It looks so good. Ah, beautiful. This is, oh my gosh, are y'all... Look at these frames. I'm gonna kill what I can here. I can have a moment of your time. We're gonna cut that out. Goodness. Going on with these frames. Alright, we'll look it up. Do I have anything in my pocket? Excellent. The aerial welding is so rewarding. Ugh, so good. Not sure about the colors on that. Oh, I almost forgot we need to weld these last few rails up as well. I don't know what's going on right now, chat. I'm hovering at like 10 frames per second right now. And I've got like 2 hours of stream left. Hate to try to change game. Oh, my pockets are empty. Hate trying to change games in the middle of a stream like that. Maybe the still shots are worth it. Alright, grab some more. We're doing rails, so we need steel tubes actually. I am just going to get iron. We'll do this the easy way. That makes it simple. The factory is humming. Another week, another dollar, another paycheck. I'm not sure about those pillars. The drop down from the ceiling pillars, I added them as kind of struts, you know, support for for this, like a suspended catwalk. And I made them yellow just to kind of go with the handrails and the, hey, watch your step kind of coloring. But I don't know. I mean, being structural, I'm not sure. I wanted to use the I-beam, the steel beam. It has a small steel beam that would look really great, but the gap is just a little too short for that one piece to fit in there. So I just used the small detail blocks and made a column. But yeah, I'm not sure about the color on it. We're gonna need to get up and over here. Gravity, gotta love it. Yeah, I don't know why the stream took a doo-doo. I may even be worth like just restarting it. Oh wait, hold on, I'm getting Florida Power is messing with the poles outside right now, so if I lose you, that'll be why. Let me throw that into chat in case folks have lost audio already. Hopefully I can get this out to chat. Well, okay, we'll see how that works out. My wife just let me know that the power company is out front messing with the poles, and that could definitely mean that they're messing with cables as well as power. Although you would like to think that that shouldn't have anything to do with the internet if they're messing with the power. But well, again, unless they hit the cables, but if they do that, usually it's either no internet or you have internet. It's not a deal where it messes with the quality of it. But you never know. Stranger things have happened. I think we're all welded up in here now. So let us make our exit. Fill our pockets again. Our little control center down here, little mainframe. This is a blueprint that's available on the workshop from DigRock. This whole little rack here, it just looks so good, just the way the light is and everything's so creative. But that's available on the workshop. It's called large server rack or server rack, something like that. So the condo, I didn't catch the condo, but all right, should those be yellow? Yeah, they're yellow. Okay, fill our pockets. I'm just losing so many frames, chat. I might have to do this. I'm trying to monitor it on your end. I mean, tell me what you see, but it does not look great from here. Oh yeah, it's bad, right? Man, it's almost like my computer wants to restart or something. Insane. Now, I've only been doing this about a month, and I've had a couple of instances like this, but it's usually, the day goes like how the day goes. It's not okay for a couple hours and then not. So that's a little new. But let's take this amazing elevator ride one more time. Gosh, this feels so good. I guess in case there's anyone new in the chat and hasn't seen the med bay down here, I'll zip down here right quick. I'm going to jetpack to get down the hallway fast. It's a pretty long hallway. And here's our med bay. We've got a nice view out of the window from the little recreation desk up here. And that is Delphos, the red dwarf star. That is the center of the Almagest system in this game. And then over here is the next planet over. It's the next sector over, called Chemic. and its moon. And you can see all that out of this side window. And then the ceiling window, you can see the Verdure, the planet that we're just off of. It's the Earth-like planet. And you can also see our big brown rock. And then we've got some storage up here, some cargo storage area. And the med bay is down here. This just goes out to the landing pad, the original, starter platform. And then in here, a little bit of a lobby. Again, with this large glass door, it looks so good. Yep, medbay. It's all conveyored in. We've got a patient area up here. They've also got some great views. Yeah, I'm just putting out, man, I feel like I'm putting out screenshots, like a slideshow of screenshots right now. I don't know if it's getting, no, it's not getting any better, is it? All right. Well, we're done in here. That's the bathroom, and that's the end of the tour of the med bay. That was the waiting room, by the way, if you didn't catch it on the way by. Yeah, I gotta get off this. We gotta get off of this for a minute. Let me shut this down. Get back to our elevator. That'd be a nice place to wind it down. I will try to reset things and restart things, so it may be 5 minutes, and while I'm thinking about it right now, I shall paint this this little bit here. I noticed while I was welding it up. Yeah, that's not it. Okay, there it goes. Yoink. Okay, so yeah, we'll take the elevator ride one more time, and then I'm going to have to try to just restart this. I'm going to restart my decoder. Look at that. I need to get some lights in here, right? Oh my gosh. Chop, suey. Yeah, I'm like frozen. I wanted to ride the, okay, come on. Let me ride the elevator one more time. This seam is so good. One day those buttons will work, but for today, you just gotta control panel it. Pull up your blocks and reverse them. Hopefully you've got them set up. That did give a little audio scrape there, didn't it? And here we go. Oh, it's so good. Even the sound and everything. Nice. Okay, we will come back and finish these conveyors. 5 or 10 minutes, son of a gun. I'm gonna just reload. It'll probably be 10 minutes really, because I'm gonna reload everything. I'm gonna restart the computer and everything. So, my goodness, what an adventure! It'll sure be different. Everything will be different when we get the mainframe upgraded, and it is in the works. But until then, we are slogging it. All right, we're gonna save out of this, and Bob's your uncle. Yeah, I'm just gonna restart it. See how it goes. Alright, we're going to call that, we're not going to call it ending, we're just going to call it be right back. We will be right. We'll enjoy the lunch. That's perfect, Screwball. I appreciate you lurking and hanging out. We'll be back in shortly.